A very good happy Monday morning to everyone out there. Happy July 4th week. Landon here in the driver's seat to bring you your latest weather and night forecast, courtesy of none other than On Target. Getting a look out here, folks, the active pattern continues to impact the region. We got a few blips of showers and storms out here early on. Majority of it impacting up here in Edmonson County early this morning. Brownsville getting caught on the tail end of this shower here. Got another cell that's blown up here just to the south and west of Bowling Green, but has since dissipated. But that kind of gives you the idea, folks, of what we're looking at. A very humid, very muggy air mass that continues to reside across the region. All that will be changing with the arrival and the passing of a cold front later today on into the overnight. Let's get a look across the region, shall we? D93 Skycam showing that dissipating storm. What a wonderful view there from downtown Bowling Green early this morning. We can take a look over at the Morgantown Skycam. Take a look at the wispy cloud cover over in that direction as well, with the cloud debris lingering from those showers and storms that have dissipated there since. Now, taking a look out here and getting a view of the current conditions, it is warm and it is soupy out there. Another day of it feeling like a rainforest. Temperatures and dew points already well up into the 70s. We're going to be taking highs right up to around the 90-degree mark yet again this afternoon. Some of us may not escape the 80s, but with the mugginess sticking around and a cold front approaching out of the north and west, we're going to be looking at the active pattern of showers and storms continuing at least for another day. So we can get a look here at the latest surface map. You can see this cold front approaching right here from the north and west. As the cold front continues to close in, high pressure to our south and east will continue with its southerly flow, pumping in the deep, warm, moist air out of the deep south, all right? So we can jump over here and we can give you somewhat of a breakdown of what we're looking at in regards to exactly how our pattern is going to behave. Taking a look at the next 48 hours, we will be keeping shower and storm chances alive. Here we are working into this afternoon. You'll notice the sporadic development. Take this with a grain of salt, folks. It is a model, so the development will be sporadic here in and around and across our vicinity. We could have a few storms approach severe limits, gusty winds, along with the possibility of some localized flooding like what we've experienced here over the past several days. It is going to be another rinse and repeat forecast for us. Here we are working throughout the overnight. Then we get into our Tuesday morning. We're going to have that cold front taking its sweet time to work south and east through the region. But with any luck, folks, by the time we get into Tuesday evening, you can see pretty clearly where the moisture will be shunted off. All of this cooler, less humid air will be trying to work in here out of the north and west once that cold front passes. Here we are looking at the dew point, something that's to take note of. It has been extremely warm and soupy here across our vicinity. We made the mention of the rainforest-like feel there a short time ago. It's going to hang around throughout today, throughout tonight, and then we work into our Tuesday. It continues to linger, but finally we get northwest flow that's going to surge in here out of the north and west. And look at our dew points as we roll into the Wednesday and Thursday time frame. Looks like we're going to dry out. We're going to be underneath the rays of sunshine. With that being said, we're going to be looking at temperatures continuing to linger around the upper 80s to lower 90s. But folks, this is going to be a far cry from the mid and upper 70 dew points that we've been experiencing. The lower humidity down to the low and mid 60s should provide some sweet relief for us during and throughout the Wednesday and Thursday time frame. And then as we creep on into the 4th of July, we're going to get to this here in just a moment, but we're looking at a return of the heat and humidity that's going to take us on into the weekend as well. This is how the surface map is going to appear by the time we roll into our Tuesday afternoon. Cold front should be bisecting right across the region, then making its sweet way south and east of the area. You will note after that cold front clears us out, we will be dry for a few days, high and dry here as we work into the Wednesday and Thursday time frame. Should luck have it, folks, it looks like we should stay, for the most part, the vast majority of the region dry throughout our 4th of July Independence holiday. on into the start of the weekend, but we could be looking at some pop-up storm chances each afternoon with the heat and mugginess, making an unfortunate return here across the region. And to show you what's going to unfold, we will take a look at 18 to 20,000 feet up above our head at the 500 millibar level and take a look. As we roll into the overnight into Tuesday morning, the trough is going to dive down through the Great Lakes region as the cold front passes through here. Will be nice throughout our Wednesday and Thursday, but folks, look at July 4th on into the weekend. We have this large, expansive upper-level ridge that's going to shift from the western tier of the U.S. right over the eastern tier of the U.S. with this large ridge of high pressure building in. We're going to be looking at dew points making a return well up into the 70s. We're going to be looking at temperatures making a return up anywhere between the low and mid 90s. Yes, this could equate to more triple-digit heat indices working into the 4th of July holiday on into the weekend. But with any luck, folks, looks like we're going to be dry for the most part. Just a few pop-up storms each and every afternoon. Great news for any of you all with outdoor plans going throughout this week. We got several July 4th holiday activities taking place in and around the Wobbles community. Jumping back over here, I want to take note of something. We are looking at a marginal risk of severe weather today. That is low level on the tier pole, a 1 out of 5. A damaging straight line winds will be our primary concern. The Storm Prediction Center has given a 5% probability of severe winds occurring within 25 miles of you throughout today. Severe winds are registered at winds at or exceeding 58 miles an hour. Total rainfall amounts here over the next few days, we could be looking at a ½ inch upwards to an inch or even a little bit more for those of us that are lucky enough to get impacted. As a reminder, folks, the shower and storm activity should remain scattered in nature throughout today on into tonight on into our Tuesday time frame as well. Here's a full breakdown of your next 6-day weather forecast. Scattered shower and storm chances will peak throughout today, this afternoon and evening, lingering overnight and continuing at least through the early part of our Tuesday, and then we get a brief reprieve from that heat and humidity. Temperatures down to right around the 90-degree mark Wednesday into Thursday, but the big weather story will be the lower dew points and humidity. Then we'll crank temperatures right back up starting on Independence Day, taking us through the weekend. We'll be approaching the mid-90s with dew points rising as well. Triple-digit heat indices, unfortunately, cannot be ruled out. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Monday morning weather and night forecast presented by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a blessed start to Independence.